Hey everybody, this is Grace, and in this video I might tell two stories or just one, I'm not sure, but I need to give, I felt like talking about some things I found a little funny, but frustrating funny, but maybe informative at the same time, that's been happening. Okay, and it goes beyond. Now, I have already mentioned that I've been having trouble with technology for a month or so now. Well, really, since Adam started working from home in March, sometime after that. And today is August 24th, 2020. And back then, when something happened to the router he started working from home. Something happened to the router. He had to go get a new one. We weren't going to allow them in our home. They told us, for the Wi-Fi, they told us that, well, they make sure that the people who do it don't have, temperature or whatever, don't have COVID. It's kind of new back then. And my mind was thinking, but you don't know that about the customers, that they go into their homes. They didn't ask me. Anyway, and then, so he went and got a new router down where they give them, and came home, put it up. Lots of phone calls, 50-something minute waits, on hold, and finally get somebody, and they couldn't tell us, and something was going wrong with it, and that just continued, and we have to basically, he had to go get another one, came back, and that one they started doing weird things like dropping him from work. It took a long while to get that worked out. Finally got someone on there, when we called, and they knew what they were doing, and she told us that the cell phones try to take place number 1 and 2, and that'll knock him off, and whatever 1 and 2 is and all that. I get it, what they were saying. So we both have to have our cell phones turned to where it's using the phone minutes. I don't even know we have phone minutes, really. I mean, I don't know how they work that. It's unlimited. But it does go to, like, if I try to use the data, it goes to 2G after a certain amount of gigabytes or whatever. And anyway, that's old news. There was even more. I mean, it just kept going with different things. I am serious. I was like totally amazed how many things could go wrong since March with technology. And it's not just about the router or the Wi-Fi. No, it just kept going on, branching out. And so it wasn't too much of a surprise when I got an email. I guess it was an email about my YouTube channel. Well, I have channels. Don't use them all, but I have channels, and I've gone over that I don't know how many times about the different reasons. I was going to drop the first 2, blah blah blah, because they had so many problems. Well, I finally recently found out why. But anyway, to get back, there is a weird looking bug on my windshield. Oh, gross. Real life happens in the middle of a video. But so I got an email, and I don't even know when it was that I received that email. I kind of just ignored it. I just ignored it, and I didn't read it. And then I don't know what I did. I don't delete emails like that in case I have to go back, and I can go back, or whatever. But one morning, I think it was last week or maybe the weekend, I don't know. But that thing on my eye again. But anyway, I every once in a while I get a sharp pain in my left eye. Oh yeah. But anyway, one morning, when I should be asleep, I woke up for some reason, and I looked at my iPad and saw an email there. That email, and I guess I did something, and it told me that my account had been compromised. Okay. Well, it said to look at this and this, and I don't know what I did. I looked at it. I said, that's not mine. I don't have that device. I don't have a Mac. Okay, that's what it was. I don't have a Mac. And it said iPad at the top, and then down the bottom it had my other ones, and at the very last one it said Mac, and I don't own a Mac. But my suspicion was that it was not only was it considering my iPad as an iPad, but it was also considering it as a Mac, which long time later turns out that was it. And it wasn't all of them. It was just, you know how you can make an account under an account and all that. I remember showing people how to do it. And so it was a set of 3. And I was showing people, you know, telling people how to do it. I don't really remember anymore that day. Well, let's see. I think a week before that day, maybe is when it happened. Was 6 years that I had my original account. Now, my original YouTube channel, my original YouTube channel and one I made, you know, that wasn't under that one. My original was 6 years the other day old. Okay, and then the other one was about a few months after that. And those 2 had the biggest problems. Okay, I'm not going to go through all that. I'm going to skip ahead. So here it was. I found out, you know, from what I thought at that point, that all my channels were compromised. Okay, because I had more than one. Well, I couldn't find it the next day. I could not find that to go and read it when I was more awake. Very frustrating. So I started reading up on stuff. I've heard some of this along these years. I've thought about it, on and on. Okay, one distraction later. I couldn't stand whatever that was I was seeing. I don't know if it was a bug or a leaf with soap on it or something from my windshield wiper. But I almost ran out of windshield wiper fluid, so I had to get out and take it off myself. I don't know what it was. It was creepy looking. So, yeah, one distraction later. Does anything like that, if you're sitting there, you're like, I sit here in my SUV. I could have gone down the park, but that's another story I want to talk about. Probably not in this video as it looks. But you get distracted by, like, that shrub in front of me. It used to have, I'd see every once in a while, a little tiny lizard, a baby lizard. And I don't know if there was several of them. You know, each time I saw it, might have been the same one, might not have. But that would distract me. So, you know, because it's just crawling and it's trying to make its way. But anyway, let's get back to this. So, I was talking about the trouble with technology. Unbelievable. With just trying to get on the internet, trying to do things, I really have to rearrange my whole schedule. Because when Adam's working, I can't use my cell phone, and that's where I do my videos on. I can use it, but I can't because I've gone past whatever it is, data or whatever, and it still works, but it works at 2G. So 2G won't upload those videos. I kept mentioning that I was having trouble uploading videos after they had totally changed the video editor I was using to where it was you can only make 15-minute videos. Wish me luck on that. Yeah. Couldn't do it. Got another one, and basically I have to wait until Adam gets off of work, which sometimes he works 14 hours a day from home here, and then I can upload my videos. Well, they don't always upload. I have not figured out why. Some of them do and some of them don't. I got a new video editor I've used before, and I don't know. I truly don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I went through so many thoughts of if I do this and if I do that, but yeah. Like just before this, I had one that didn't upload. I'd uploaded it, you know, deleted that upload and said it could not process it, and so I uploaded again and it did. Same one that was edited. So anyway, then I found out these were compromised. I read a whole bunch of stuff I'd heard about, you know, like tipsters say, and over these years, and you know, some of it was, I was saying, well, that's not true. I've done it. You know, this kind of, and I would go back and listen and say, no, I've done this. I know that it happens, it works. So that part goes on. And basically, I realized some of the problems that I had in my original channels, and when any channel I made since then, and basically it's like, well, they're all screwed to me. You know, they're not, I mean, if I wanted to monetize my channels, it's probably never going to happen. And I've always wondered about some of the little glitches and whatevers. So, you know, there was so much more to it. And really, it was exhausting. And I did start feeling very exhausted. I mean, this went over time. This wasn't just one day. This went over time, over days. And so finally I just thought, okay, that's it. I am going to, once again, start a new channel. And I was determined I was just going to use that one channel. Okay, and I started a new channel. And it's been, I'm thinking it's been at least a week or so. More, I don't know. And I do the same bad habit I've always done of uploading videos and then not making them public until whenever I get around to it later on. It's the part that bothers me the most. It's not the uploading the videos, not making the videos, not uploading them. It's putting in those tags and doing all that part and and making it public. Because I listen to mine again, because by the time I put them on, I forget what tags I should put in there. Sometimes I forget what the video's about. Oh boy, having too many channels. So I said, I'm going to stick to that one. Well, I also wonder, I was also very curious. I know that during this COVID, this pandemic so far, I mean, at first it was okay, but after that, the video views for the kind of things that I do on my channels, they dropped. Oh boy, did they drop! Boom, and just unbelievably. And I've been tired of that topic. I have a channel for it, about toxic people. Let's just sum it up that way. And my degrees are in psychology and sociology, so I talk about stuff like that. And I try to make it kind of a little bit more laid back than I would when I was teaching. Okay. At college and university. And I've, really I want to be more laid back in my life at this point in my life. Not so, I was a career student, undergraduate, graduate, and taught and all that. It was just so much rigidity. And I don't want that anymore. But anyway, I was tired of the topic as it was, so I said, okay, I can just blend topics on that new channel. I don't even know how, I've made several videos, upload them, but I don't know how many I made public. And the ones that I wrote out on PowerPoint, I took them off. I had them on more than one channel, different ones, of course. Took them off, and I'm going to put them on that. I put up some of them. That's a lot of work. And but it's true to form for me. I will change my mind. But I changed, and I knew what would change my mind is if I found out that the compromise part wasn't. I could fix it somehow, and I did. Long story short, I did. I finally found it wasn't an email. It was something else that I could find. That I just ran across by accident, and it was two of them about the Mac and all that, and I fixed it. Okay, and realized it was my own. So once I said that one was not mine, to sign out of it, and I went and looked, and it had signed me out on my iPad on one of those browsers. So that's a lot of information. But anyway, so that new account. I had one account that I don't use. I don't even remember making it, but I had it put it on a cards in an index thing, index cards in the box, form. And I found it like a year ago, and I was like, I don't remember making those channels, and they go back years, several years. So I don't know. So. But I had found them way back then. Anyway, I subscribed to that channel with one of those. And, so I could see if it works, really, I would be able to see it if I just watched my own video. But, so, yeah, but I just wanted to do it that way. I wanted to have it separate and see how it, I want to see, in other words. So, the only subscriber I have on that channel is me. You can't subscribe to your own channel. So, unless you're using a different channel. So I did that. And it's only me. Now, somebody else is watching it. And somebody else had watched it. One person, I think. Unless it was something that I was doing. And then I started thinking, when all this went around, that I'm going to start using that channel to test things. Those things that I had read about. And I've done. But I'm not going to do them. Because basically, it was stuff like, you know, over the years, things have changed to where you have to be a lot more of an influencer. Okay, on this is, I could be wrong on all this. I'm not a tipster, definitely. I'm not an expert on this. But what I've noticed over these years is, you know, you have to kind of influence other people somehow, and not just on YouTube. But what I'd heard, one of the tipsters, I'm not going to name which one, years ago, was that he was talking about sharing your videos on Facebook and saying that you can't. I'm like, I've done it plenty of times. I didn't know that until about a year into making videos and on that original channel. But anyway, he had different videos and would say things like, basically, it, you know, it wouldn't work, and I'm like, yeah, it does, and on. But my own observations from looking at my analytics when it had Classic was that sharing on Facebook, man, it had an average for years of, so, like, it didn't matter what size the video was. Like, say I'm started making videos about 20-30 minutes, it would still get, it was certain kinds, you know, like one type we'd get a minute, and another type we'd get about 2, and the other one would get about 3, an average over years. And I'm like, nothing's that consistent. No. So anyway, but some of the things I was reading and all that, and it wouldn't make much sense because they want you to be an influencer, but they don't want people watching your videos on a different platform like Facebook or say like Twitter or whatever. They wanted them to be watching it through YouTube. Okay, I'm not a tipster. I don't know all behind all that, but I kept reading and was more and more, and I'm like, wow, you know, just wow. Plus, they kept showing me ads, and I'd known this for years, especially like almost 4 years ago, and it would really irritate me to be stereotyped that because I'm from Texas, that because I live in, you know, they say that they gear, I could be wrong on this too, they gear your, what you see ads, and I'm thinking even the people you see, their videos that are recommended, they're not always local, but the ones that are, they're, you know, want the other kind, not the ones that have millions of views, but other kinds, they are, you know, from locally. No, I don't like being stereotyped. And the stereotype was basically that I'm an independent. I'll just put it that way. I'm an independent, a liberal Texan. Okay? And I'm saying that on purpose. A liberal independent. And I know some people say, well, no, that makes you a Democrat. No, it doesn't. Listen to me. I'm a liberal independent. I tend to be on the liberal side. That doesn't make me Democrat. I have my own brain. I can think for myself. I make decisions for myself. But apparently not this. Oh my goodness, I just couldn't believe. It was so, it's insulting to me. You know, it is to say, oh, just because you live in Texas, this is the kind of BS you want to watch. No, it's not. No, and I know, yes, you can go in there and say not interested, there's a whole lot of not interested. And I've always wondered, why can't I see people who think more like me? Is there anybody out there who thinks more like me? Is there, you know, somebody who's independent, somebody who's not, and what they show me, I'm going to say it, what they show me most often is far right. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see, and conspiracy theories. Well, some people say those are both one and the same. Some people, my mom was a conspiracy theorist, so I'm not. I'm a scientist. So, anyway, I just don't want to be stereotyped like that. So all of it combined together makes me think, you know, those channels were just screwed to me. But after reflection, you know, thinking more and more about it, all of them would be. Even the new one, because they're going to stereotype me. With the AI. Oh, she lives in Texas. We must show her these people. We must show her these ads. And I did the screenshot and sent them and shot them an email saying, I don't want to see these ads again. Please, do not show me these ads again. I wasn't mean, of course, you know, but no, I don't want to see that. Okay, I don't. You know, I don't want people trying to influence me, but this is apparently what you need to be. It's an influencer. Now, I've seen some people who, like I said, some things I wouldn't want any of those to influence me. This misinformation crap, these conspiracy theories, that crap, But anyway, yeah. Okay. I really went long on that one, that last clip. Usually not so much. And of course, my neighbor showed up, the one that likes to stare at me. That whole family does. But yeah. Anyway, I can see it, sitting in my SUV, I see action behind me. If somebody drives or passes the car or whatever, yeah, I see, of course, rear view mirror. But anyway, I was going to tell two stories. I think I'll make that on another video. And plus, it's almost 8 o'clock. It's probably going to start getting dark soon. So, and I would be on camera. I did try yesterday again, but or the day before. It's still, it's always going to be that. I know that there are funhouse mirrors since way back many years ago. That cell phones, that's what I use. They'll show you as a funhouse mirror. One time, my face was shaped like a big eggplant, and it was orange recently. I did not like that. But anyway, nosy neighbor's gonna bug me, so I'm gonna still try to make that one real quick. Ooh, I think it sounded like I heard thunder. Or was it a truck? Anyway, I was like, thunder? It was 100. It was 99 is what I saw. I could have made it to 100. Today it wasn't supposed to be. We were supposed to have a cool down. We had a few days, so 2 or 3, I don't know. Anyway, wrapping this up. Talk to you on another video.